Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Our thing.
Yeah,
We're
this
we're
is
live.
day one of the rest of our lives right here. Um, this is CineJourneys. Some of you may have seen us talking about this in different social media, or maybe you've joined us for Journeys, or maybe you're like, what the hell is CineJourneys? Basically, I guess it's almost 2 years ago.
About 2 years, yeah.
We kind of had this idea that we wanted to create a website, create a community, to sort of fill in the gaps, or even to kind of take the place of current online film discourse, because we just felt like, I don't know, what was out there was not really, scratching the itch, to use kind of a gross analogy. And, we realized that, there was kind of a positive to the old internet, like the message boards, forums, blogs, that kind of thing, that in the last decade or so has really been lost, in kind of this micro blogging, quick, rapid fire response where, people are not really um, engaging in good discussion. And we've kind of strayed even from having good faith discussion, where it's more
Yeah.
like,
Hot takes.
one word responses, or whatever, hot takes, that, or just, dunking on people,
Yeah, yeah.
and look, I'm guilty of this, Aaron, I know you're guilty, we're all guilty of falling into that,
Hmm.
world. But really it's not constructive, it's not fun. And so really we wanted to have this community, and then we realized it didn't exist.
Didn't exist.
So we decided to build it ourselves. And what we have created is, there's nothing like it. And we think it's pretty special. And basically, we embark on journeys. And, you may think it's a class, but it's not. Really, what it is a um, look into a particular genre, a particular filmmaker, an actor, really
Anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Um, and we have a recommended watch list, and of films, of television shows, of supplemental video. We might even suggest reading, or whatever. And we come together, both, I guess you could say, asynchronous,
Hmm.
on message boards and on Discord and on, whatever. And then we come together synchronous, for these calls, and where we discuss what we've watched, and we discuss the history behind something, or what was going on during, politically or culturally, or at the time. And those discussions that we've been having over the last, I think, 7 months
November.
now,
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
um, while we've kind of been in this demo mode, so I guess, for lack of a better, or
Call it
beta
beta.
maybe.
Beta, maybe. Yeah.
um and so, we've had these really great discussions, and we've learned a lot about the people with us, and we've learned a lot about the films and the filmmakers and the actors. And now we are live,
We're live. Day
and
one. Day one.
day one. And so we will be having more journeys and more opportunities to discuss and learn and engage with each other. So that's kind of what CineJourneys is. Aaron, I don't know if, I'm sure I missed something, but
Well, I would actually, so this is also the launch of our YouTube channel. So I pointing
yes.
down, I think last I saw there's only 12 subscribers because
Right.
We have not told anybody. This is the first day we're actually telling people. We've been building this for a long time. You'll hear us say a lot. We built what we wanted to exist, and I think we
That's
succeeded
right.
in that. There is one other video on this channel, which is a demo that I did, and I'll tell you, it was hard. It was
Yes.
very difficult to do, but my goal was to cover really the concept and also show the technology because we built a software platform, and
Right.
actually we had some ideas, but it exceeded our expectations. It exceeded mine, and I've built software for a
Yeah.
living, so it's pretty special. And so I recommend you watch the CineJourneys demo.
Yes.
I know it's a 15-minute video, but it really just shows you everything. And the people that have been part of it have really loved it. And we made friends, and what I love seeing is them making friends with each other. So
Yes.
it,
That's
that's when
exactly
you
what we wanted.
yeah,
And this is meant to be here, like on the channels where we're putting these videos up, and like, but also what we wanted is really to create a positive space. So that
right.
goes
That's happened.
for our website, that goes for our social media
Mhm.
um, accounts, that goes here on the YouTube, is that this is a positive space, an inclusive space, and we are like, we're not dealing with the normal business that's happening
Right.
on other, so like, this is not
No
going to devolve
politics.
into,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
All
like
that.
it's not going to
We don't
devolve
want that.
into whatever comment section, on a Facebook post.
Mhm.
That is not what this is. So and it's also meant to be kind of we know that the world is on fire. Everything is terrible. And so this is really designed to be kind of an escape from that, and
Yeah. Yeah.
to revel in the joy that is cinema. Um, Also, just a quick aside, we really believe in the power of cinema. We also truly believe in the importance of like physical media. So this is also a way for us to champion all of that. We keep seeing all of the, op-eds or whatever that say movies are dying, or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Um, so we are here to say no, they aren't. Even if some of the movies that come out aren't so great, like Garfield or whatever. So
Right. 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 And I think you're about the politics and all that. So yeah, the world's maybe on fire. I would like to say this is a safe space, or actually, I think a better word phrase is a safe haven. So none of that
right.
happens here. So yeah, but because this is a Cine Journeys YouTube, we do ask you to subscribe. And do you want
Yes.
to tell them about the membership on the website options?
Yes. So if you go to the website, cinejourneys.com, it is a membership based website. And right now, because we just launched, we have a 15% off all memberships through June. So that's a great opportunity to get in and get a little discount and kind of see what we've got going on.
Yeah, the coupons launch party. So it's on the top of our website. So if you see that, but just put that in when you subscribe. And if you're not sure, go free and just check us out. Join us for a journey, and we'll see what we're about. And so yeah, but we have a few upcoming. I think some really fun ones. Do you want to share a couple of those? Uh,
Yeah.
we have
So
programmed through the year.
we've got, I guess, the ones we have scheduled for this year. We've got J horror. We've got the summer films. But do we want to go all the way to next year?
Well, yeah. So if you look at the website, all the journeys for the
Yeah,
remainder of the year are out there. They're fun. If you look at the film lists we put together, I think you'll
they're
find
pretty cool.
they're pretty
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. Yeah, we could
but
tease. You want to tease what we're
yeah,
thinking
I think
about
we
for
tease. So
2025?
we're
Okay,
thinking
go ahead.
about for 2025, which, believe it or not, is like 6 months away.
I know.
So we're joking about Circenheimer, but we
Circuit.
were thinking about doing a Douglas Sirk, uh, Fassbender,
Rainer Werner Fassbender. Yeah.
yeah, mashup, and I feel like Todd Haynes too.
Todd Haynes, yeah. So
Yeah, so it's basically
yeah,
looking at those movies and the remakes of or reimagining of those movies. So, all that. Let's see, would it be all that heaven allows? No, it would be.
yeah. All the heaven
Yeah, it
allows.
would be all that heaven allows,
Sorry,
and
we haven't it's not on the website yet, so
yeah,
we're it's
yeah,
still hazy.
but so think on that. So great melodramas. So be thinking
Mhm.
about that. And then also, we just completed a Japanese films journey where we looked at early um, post-war modern Japanese cinema, and that was a huge success.
It
And
was great.
so, and we're
It's fun.
doing the J horror this fall, but then we also thought, you know what, we need to keep going with this. So
Hmm.
we are going to do a Japanese samurai journey. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we will be doing a John Frankenheimer journey and a French film journey.
Yep.
So
I'll probably
yeah.
be that's my thing, but yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing is
And
there's
then,
so many topics. We it's kind of like you make vacation plans and you want to go everywhere. There's so
I
much. So
mean,
but we're going to
every
bring
day, yeah, every day, Aaron and I are like, we want to do this, this, this,
yeah,
this, this. And so we know we have to kind of be like, all right, we got to be strategic about this. So all of the journeys that we have done, Aaron and I have led, but
hmm
we also realize that all of you don't always want to hear from us every time there's a journey. So the great thing is that we will be bringing on guides to lead their own journeys. We're not going to be specific yet on who those will be, but there will be a variety of topics. Really, anything you could think of is a possibility. And I would say we have kind of dabbled in this area, but we will be diving more in depth into classic Hollywood. We know that there is a vibrant
yeah, yeah.
online classic Hollywood community. And that is something that we will be exploring in the coming months. So yeah, just keep an eye on that for any announcements.
Yeah, and I think our the guides that we'll have coming aboard. And by the way, guide is it's our term because it's a journey. We need a
Yes,
guide. So that we do have a certain vernacular that we have become accustomed to speaking. We're this is not a Scientology video, everybody, but um, but I think
or
we'll have
is it?
or is it? I think we'll have a just because of I know some of the names of people that we're looking to onboard or are interested in onboarding. I would expect by the end of the year that'll be a pretty good number and a lot of diverse opinions and thoughts. So lots all sorts. And the thing is, even if you just listen to the podcasts or are on our websites, you'll be able to join with us and follow along. So I think it's really just a film journey for everybody. And we'll try to keep with the zeitgeist, like for example,
Right,
if a new film, an old film comes back into prominence and finds new life. Uh,
sure.
and we also look at modern films too. So yeah, it's really a big community. And so on that note, I'll share what is coming next on the website. So I think that when you see the website, I think you'll be surprised by how gorgeous. I think it's very gorgeous. I'm biased, but I think it's. I've been
It
told that
is
a
very
lot too.
beautiful. I too am biased, but it is a beautiful website.
Usually the first thing people say is when they see the website, because we haven't told people for like all this time. We've been keeping it a secret. Now we're telling people, but most people are surprised by how beautiful and how functional and how useful it is. So we're very proud of that. Let's pat
And it's
ourselves.
anchored. Yes, and it's anchored. The foundation of this website is this beautiful illustration by
Yeah,
Caitlin Kuwald. I
yeah.
mean,
Thank you.
that really is the it encapsulates everything that we want. It's yes, it's the branding, but it
Hmm.
creates I think it speaks very clearly what we're about, and it looks so beautiful on
It
the
does,
website.
yeah. And for that, we already podcasted with her about it, and we're gonna put that was intended to be post-launch, so that'll be going up every day. And you might see some segments here on the YouTube on that as well, because we record video and generally put it on podcast players as audio, but we waste a lot of great video moments fact, Jill and I were talking about one that just was super hilarious that you'll probably see here on YouTube one day. And the thing is, we
Yeah.
doing these journeys, we also give basically presentations on film topics. So we'll carve out some of those and put those on the YouTube as well. And next on the website, even though it's great, we found that what we have basically a social community on there. I don't want to use the word Facebook because it's not Facebook, but those accustomed to that type of social media platform will find some of this familiar. But this is one of the last things we built. So now that we're launched, we're going to upgrade it. And I've seen the plans, and they're pretty awesome. So I think basically it's going to be a custom like social media platform surrounded by film. And so
Yeah.
I guess you could say a cinephile Facebook, but a cinephile social media network.
I mean,
And
yeah, it's like a souped up message board ish Facebooky
yeah,
thing, and it's going
mo
to be fantastic.
and it's going to be even better. The upcoming profile pictures, I know because I've drawn the specs for them, are going to be awesome and maybe even better than Facebook. I don't know. I don't want to take on the Zuck, but his billions. But yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing, we have so much. The website's so powerful. We are going to do more. So we call these journeys, but we have the ability to tackle other topics. So we have thoughts
Yes.
on those. Do you want to share with them?
Yeah. So, okay. So some of you, especially if you've, been online in the film community for, any time, I would say in the last 15 years, you know about blogathons. That's probably a word you have not heard in a very long time. We know that generally speaking, blogging is not, I mean, there's still some blogs out there that are still going strong
Hmm.
and they still have
Some good
really,
ones.
really
Yeah.
active readers and commenters and communities. Um, but generally speaking, kind of that world has changed, just like everything with online changes. It's kind of a fluid thing. So we do want to maybe do a spin on a blogathon. We're not quite sure what that's going to look like just yet, but that's
Mhm.
something that we're kind of ruminating on as a possibility in the future. Also, I mentioned earlier about physical media. Ultimately, we are champions of that. And while we do, we do rely upon streaming, it's a great supplement. Physical media is extremely important. So we will be doing features on that. We have a feature called Unwrap the Plastic that we will be doing. That's kind of just an ongoing, and really what that is we all, those of us who buy discs, a lot of times we have stacks of them with plastic on them and we don't open them and watch them. And what's the point of buying physical media if you're not opening it and watching it? And then we will also, in line with physical media, be basically have a, and we're not sure what this will be called or what it will look like just yet, but we will have a section on the website for books. And I think we both think that any cinephile or budding cinephile or just anyone that has any interest in film whatsoever, reading is a very important component of that. And there is an endless
Mhm.
uh, list of books for any topic, any genre. And so we will be sharing those with each other. This is not a book club. There's not mandatory reading, but we will have resources available. And we may, do some reviews of newer books or just share with each other what we think is essential reading or, hey, what to avoid. And so just having that kind of central spot to put that. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is that we have
A lot.
it built in. We can do whatever we want.
And whatever you
So
want.
within reason.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So
We listen
if
to
there's
our
something that,
subscribers. Yeah.
yeah, if there's something that you have an interest in that's related to what we're doing, and we don't have it built yet, you let us know, and
Hmm.
it's something that we can add to the platform. So really, it's the possibilities are endless on this.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this looks like in a year, but I think it's going to
Yeah.
be massive. I think it's going to be just really a place people love to come to, I should say. And with that in mind, let's just wrap up with some of the what we've been watching. So, Jill, what have you been watching?
Listen, my life is, I do watch movies, and obviously I'm watching movies for what we're doing with CineJourneys. But we're in baseball season right now, Aaron, and
Yeah, yeah,
I baseball dominates. If I'm not sitting at the pool at a swim meet, I'm at home watching a baseball game. So, and I'm not too happy about how my team is
yeah,
doing right now, our team, because we're both
yeah.
Atlanta Braves fans. But I still watch because I'm not a fair weathered fan. And then in addition to that, again, anybody who knows me knows this is pretty much my life. So I just watch Bob's Burgers pretty much all the time. And it's on constantly. And it's on enough that like we just incorporate Bob's quotes in normal day conversations. So it's really a disease. But any of you who have watched Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Yeah, and of course this is we did build a company, so often when we do something that is not exactly exciting, like bank account stuff, taxes, stuff like that, we have to do that.
Yeah,
We tend to play the Bob's Burgers Business Monster song, and that puts us in a better
that's
mood.
right.
So thank you,
It
Bob's
does.
Burgers.
It makes us feel very, very productive.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
does.
but also like Bob's Burgers is kind of an escape. We're talking about an
Yeah, yeah,
escape and like
totally.
having Bob's Burgers is an escape for me, and it's kind of comfort watching. So even when I'm working
Mhm.
on something for CineJourneys or I'm writing something or whatever, I've got it on in the background and I'm just hearing it, playing. So it's definitely a very important part of my life.
Yeah,
I
and we
think Aaron
incorporated
may have me beat though on what you've been watching. So,
it is not a competition, but yeah,
oh, but it is.
well, for some people it is, but not for us. Yeah, I have weekly personal training that knocks me out, so I basically just watch movies as recovery. So we're just this weekend I watched the Fletch movies, or the last week I should say, that the first two, and the second one, Fletch Lives. I guess they're probably guilty pleasures because they're so
Yeah,
dated. They're not really appropriate. Chevy Chase, not really a nice guy from what I hear. Chevy Chase's lawyers, please don't sue me. Well, actually, maybe he can. I don't know. That might be good publicity. But the second film, Fletch Lives, I watched last night, and it's not that good. But there are some. I'd still recommend watching it because when Chevy Chase is on, he's really on. And like there's one scene
yeah.
that just tickled me again. All these years later, somebody says, "And you are," and during one of his impersonations, and he goes, "I are pissed." And I remembered back in my childhood, my friends using that, "I are pissed." That was like the equivalent of going viral these days. It was like high
Yeah.
school viral, what the guys would say. So it's fun. And yeah, I also watched some of the Red Balloon, the five movie set from Criterion. Oh, I forget the name of the director. I would mispronounce it. It's Albert Lemarice, I think, or so. Yeah, that's probably totally wrong.
Sounds
But he
great.
did the Red Balloon, White Mane, and there's others too, and they're very children oriented. So I don't think we're gonna have a journey on him, but they're also kind of pleasant and nice to watch. So good films. But yeah, I like to watch a lot of movies, and of course we watch a lot of Japanese movies. And now we are on to Coen Brothers, and so we're already watching Raising Arizona and Hudsucker Proxy for
Yep.
our first chapter of this new journey, and that's going to be fun
Yeah.
because we did a screwball comedy journey. So this is kind of a sequel to that. We're just doing screwball Coen comedies, and
Right.
boy, they checked some of the boxes. So I can't wait
Well, and
to
this
next weekend.
that's kind of how this was born, is that we had that screwball comedy journey, and one of the and we had a November,
Yeah,
and
right.
so we put the Big Lebowski in for November, and we realized when we were watching that, oh my God, there's a lot of screwball here. And then we thought, you know what, we're gonna do Cohen's. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the fun thing about this, is that as we're doing journeys, we see something else
Hmm.
and it leads us to on another journey. And so that's kind of the fun here, is realizing and discovering and rediscovering films, and kind of following where it leads us. And so that's kind of how this was born, and how I think this, just like doing the Japanese cinema, we realized, oh gosh,
Exactly. There's a lot more.
we're going to
Yeah.
do something. There's a lot more. And so that's kind of how I think this is going to roll.
Hmm.
Is that we will have things that are scheduled, but then as we complete these journeys and we realize there's another road, if we want to stay on this travel
Right,
analogy,
right, right.
there's another
Yeah.
road we can go down here. And that's
Look at our
really,
backgrounds. There's a fork in the road
yeah,
at some point, or
yeah.
um,
So that's really, this is exactly when we say it's endless.
yeah, it
So
really is. And so anyway, join us for the journeys. It's a very fulfilling personal journey for the people that we have been in the beta. Some of those people have been in every single one and loved every single one. Quite a few of those people. So yeah, come on a journey with us. And I guess since this is our YouTube, I'll give the obligatory, what is it? Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Now, we're not going to say that every time. It's almost like cliche. Is there anything else that people say? Follow or subscribe to our Patreon. We don't have a Patreon. I guess the website
no,
is our
find
Patreon.
us on SoundCloud. We don't have a SoundCloud either.
Yeah. We
Yeah, so just yeah,
Letterbox.
follow
We have
along with
Letterbox.
us. We do have a letterbox. And just, we'd love to see you and talk to you, and hope you join us on these journeys.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot more of these too. We have
Yes.
regular recording times. We can't wait to talk more film and everything else. So, oh, and we have a
Yeah,
music one coming. That's a big,
that's
so
right.
we have a music one coming. So keep your eyes peeled. We already have a really sweet domain for that. So it's going to be out. Yeah, I don't know when, but once we get the social media installed, that's probably about when we'll, or not installed, but finalized and to our
Yes.
our satisfaction. So thanks everybody.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to meeting some new people.